So I wanted to start reviewing books for you using a camera phone, as it's a lot easier than typing, and who better to start with than with Pierre Verger. So if you don't know about Pierre Verger, definitely look him up. Forget about Magin Gonzalez Whippler and all of those people, and just invest in one or two books by Verger. He was a French guy who went to Brazil. He was a photographer, and he became initiated as a babalawo in Africa, in West Africa. He was also a person of authority within a candomblé house there, and he has written several books, each looking at the different Orisha cults, and his strength is in comparing the Orishas in Brazil and in West Africa and other deities too. And at some points he does also make comparisons with Lukumi and Cuban deities and Orishas. So this one is one of the more accessible books, Orisha. It was published in France in 1980, I believe. You can still find second-hand copies, and it's quite large. The other newer book that was republished by him, Dieu d'Afrique, or African Gods, is a lot smaller. So it opens up with a map of the different areas of West Africa, and it gives you where the different ethnic groups that you should become familiar with here. So you see Ecuador, Anago, Mahi, Fong. And in his writing and through his pictures, he shows the connections between the Atlantic and through different geographies. So I'm not going to go through the whole book, but I want to give you a sense. And how he has divided this book is the same way that he's divided two other books. One, the largest, which is Notes on the Cult of the Orisha and Vodou, and this is the middle-sized one, is that he separates them comparing in different Orisha types. So you'll have a section on Obatala and the Orishas connected with Obatala, such as Odua and Lisa. The Yemaya, Oshun, Oya will be quite together. We have Ochosi, and then you'll see he speaks about Ochosi in Africa, and then in the New World, as he calls it. So he does rely on Lidia Cabrera to fill in some information from Cuba. And then here we have other deities of the hunt: Oreluere, Erinle, Iboalama, Logungede. And then the beauty of this book is the photos. That here we have the Olode of Ketu. You find out that Ketu is extremely important for Ochosi and for Elegua. Ochosi ala Ketu, one of the kings of Ketu. Here we have the king of Ilobu that is doing the feast for Erinle, and then in Brazil, Ochosi Boalama, which is a camino of Erinle. So a lot of these photos are iconic. You'll have seen them used in many different areas and in different publications. The Pierre Verger Foundation in Salvador de Bahia contains Verger's papers and various objects and materials connected with his life and his work, and of course all of his prints and his negatives. So I recognize some of these from one of the first books I ever bought on the religion when I was about 15 years old, and I think it was by Magin Gonzalez Whippler. She just took some images from Verger's work. And this is an image of La Virgen de Regla in Cuba. for Yemaya, and then the equivalent in Brazil. So if you're like me and you love books with images especially, then this one is for you. And it's also a really great place to learn about different Orishas in depth. So I hope you like this short introduction and this quasi-book review. Look forward to any questions you may have, and look out for the next one. Thank you very much.